Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead, and I got a lot of green tomatoes, so I'm going to do a series on using green tomatoes in any way I possibly can. And today, that is making green tomato relish. You're going to need your green tomatoes, nice firm ones. Now they can have a blush. They can have a blush of orange on them or even be partially red as long as they're good and firm, okay? Because we're going to be chopping these. You're going to want some sweet peppers. I like to use, when I'm making relish, I like to use colorful red and yellow peppers just because it's colorful. And if you want to add a hot pepper to this, you go right ahead, but this is a sweet relish. And you're going to need onions. Green tomato relish, step 1. Okay, the basic recipe for the vegetables is 2 cups tomatoes, 2 cups onions, 1 cup peppers. And you can add all kinds of celery or any other vegetables you want in your relish. Just make sure that your basic recipe is 5 cups. Like 2 cups each of your main ingredients, which is onion and your vegetable, and then 1 cup of mixed peppers, celery, whatever you want, right? So, first things first, I love my Vidalia Chop Wizard. It makes making relish a breeze. I use the small one so that I have minced, because it's relish, right? And I went out to my garden and I got a bunch of beautiful green tomatoes because we are going to be having frost really soon. So you want these really firm, okay, so that they can go right through there just like that. So I think I'm going to have enough for a double recipe. So I'm going to want 4 cups of this, but I'm going to do it all and see how it measures up. Another thing about this Vidalia Chop Wizard is it has a measuring cup on the side so that when you dice your stuff up and when you get to the 2 cup mark, that's how much you know you have. So there we go. If your tomatoes are fairly big, feel free to slice them in half because you don't want great big long chunks in your relish. See, that's why you want these firm, because they dice up just beautiful. Okay, so when I have my tomatoes all cut up and measured, we'll be back. So in here I have 6 cups of diced green or minced green tomatoes. So now that means I need 6 cups of onions, which I'm pretty sure I have here, and 3 cups of peppers. So I'm going to start on the peppers. I cut them so that they will lay flat on my chopper. And away we go again. If you have problems with your hands, which I do, but I don't have get yourself a rubber mallet, okay? So that you can smack this. Not a hard hammer, folks, a rubber mallet, okay? And then you can give this the good slap it deserves without having a bruised or sore hand at the end of the day. Now I ended up with like 4 cups of peppers, but look at this color, folks. Like, isn't this just stunningly beautiful? You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's like summer going into fall. All right, let's do the onions. Okay, so what I have here is 4 cups of minced peppers, 6 cups of minced green tomatoes, and 6 cups of minced onion. I'm telling you, I love this relish. We don't use a lot of relish, but there's sometimes when you want to make a tartar sauce, or if you have like a sausage or something you want some relish on, or a hamburger, this is the stuff. Now I am almost completely out of pickling salt. So I had to open the box. And I'm going to cover this wish I had more. You want to cover this with a couple of tablespoons of pickling salt. I've got less than a tablespoon. And I'm going to put this in the fridge overnight to let that salt pull out a lot of this water, okay? Okay, well, here is our green tomatoes, our peppers and onions, and no worse for wear. We're sitting in the fridge over the weekend because I didn't get a chance to get to them. But we're going to do them tonight. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving Monday. We've already had our Thanksgiving here, so I'm going to do what I can to take, well, I'm not going to take tomorrow off. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to rinse this. Get all that excess salt out of the way. We'll let that drain, and we're going to put it right back in the pot, and then we're going to cook it and bottle it. Okay, so back in our pot goes our green tomatoes, our peppers, and our onions. Now, I know I said this is a triple recipe, but I think it would be too runny if I tripled the sugar and vinegar, so I'm going to put 2 cups of sugar. This is my organic. I don't have brown. I would prefer brown, actually. 2 cups of organic cider vinegar. The only thing not organic going into this is the seasonings and the onions. And to this, I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, 2 teaspoons of salt. Teaspoon of mustard powder. I'm winging this. I throw this together because I've done it so many times. Teaspoon of celery seed and some cracked black pepper. And then we've just got this on high, and we're just going to let this cook down. Now the reason I didn't triple the vinegar and the sugar is because once this cooks a bit, it's going to have enough liquid to do this just right. You know what I mean about the liquid coming? We really don't need any more vinegar and sugar in there. Let's taste it. Oh yeah, that's relish. Kaboom! I've got 6 pints here. Now this is my pressure canner, but it also doubles as a boiling bath canner as long as you've got the right amount of water and a rack on the bottom. I have 6 jars coming to a boil in clean water with a splash of vinegar in there to stop them from clouding. Okay, so I brought this up to a boil, and now I've turned it right down, and we're going to bottle this up hot. Okay, so here are my lids and rings. They have been washed and rinsed in hot water, and I don't think I'm going to have 6 pints, but we'll see. I'll probably only have about 3, but like I said, it's just Daddy and I, so see, we didn't need the extra liquid of the vinegar and sugar. It's fine just the way it is. Inch from the top, debubble. Always, always wipe your rims with a clean damp paper towel. On goes a lid, a ring, and into the boil bath canner. Sorry about that. And into the boil bath canner that goes. Out of the boiling water, because it's only a few jars, folks. We really don't need to, you know, run a dishwasher for 6 jars, and I probably won't even get 6 jars. 1 inch from the top. Just give it a stir to debubble it. Always, always wipe your rims with a clean damp paper towel. And somebody had told me they were canning chili and grease and stuff came out. You might want to check the thickness of your chili. You don't want it too thick. And you might want to wipe your rims with a clean damp paper towel that has been soaked in vinegar. That will help the grease from passing. Fingertip tight, and into the canner this goes. Okay, so this recipe made 4 pints. Now I've just left the 2 other jars in there to keep the water level up, and we're going to bring this up to a boil. And we're just going to, because I put hot relish into hot jars, it's only going to have to boil in a boil bath canner like 15, 20 minutes. And there's our green tomato relish, fresh out of the canner. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with green tomatoes rather than fry them, which I've never done. Relish is just one of them. Take care, God bless.